Hello! It's your favorite GWS students. My name is Taylor, and this is my equal woman counterpart, Aubrey. Today we are outside of Rosin and Comms and Gents and right outside Lincoln enjoying the weather, and there just so happens to be a bunch of people right up there that we can ask. In their natural habitats.
So we decided to do our video on drinking culture and hookup culture on college campuses, and we surveyed students from all ages, from freshman to senior, about their experiences dealing with hookup culture and drinking culture on campus, and we had a couple questions linking the two together to see if there was any relation between the two.
We also asked questions about consent and consent while under the influence of alcohol, and also questions about safety while going out and drinking.
How do you characterize a hookup?
I would consider it a consensual agreement between two parties to have sex.
I characterize a hookup as having sex with someone, or like, I don't know, just any kind of like sexual contact with someone I define as a hookup.
Can't help it. A hookup is definitely making out. It's not sex. Oh my gosh.
I guess it would be just like a one-time thing, one-night stand. I'll classify it as that.
Sweet.
How do I characterize a hookup? Like meeting up with someone just for like one night or maybe two.
Where I'm from, a hookup can just be like making out, but it seems in Western PA, a hookup is like getting a girl pregnant. So, yeah.
In college, does it seem socially acceptable to have sex outside of a relationship?
Yeah.
Explain.
I feel like most people on this campus who are having sex probably aren't in a relationship. Not at first, at least.
Yeah. I don't think college students care very much. I mean, I think, especially around here, I think people are more like sexually free and are comfortable with having sex outside of a relationship so long as it's consensual.
To you, what does the term friends with benefits mean?
That would be like sort of two friends like hooking up, having sex, but there aren't like any feelings are involved, strictly just like the act of sex.
I think we could look at it from like an emotional and physical standpoint. On the emotional standpoint, it's like the aspect of friends that dictates that, so it only goes towards that, while the physical aspect is mainly just sex. Physical, it's all physical mainly.
Friends with benefits means that you're together and hooking up, but it's not exclusive and no strings attached, so nothing gets in the way of friendship.
Do you ever go out to a party with the intent of going home with a girl?
No,
Why not?
because you can't have that like idea already set in your head. That's where like it comes into like sexual assault usually happens, where guys think, oh, I'm gonna get a girl tonight, so they try and like too much.
If people do bad things while drinking, should we blame the alcohol or the person?
I think that's a very difficult question to answer because both are equal factors in it, so I don't think you can place the blame on any one thing. They kind of share the blame.
The person. I don't think that alcohol should be to blame for you making bad decisions. You should be able to control yourself.
The person.
Whoa.
Alcohol's an influencer, but people still make their own decisions. So.
Yeah, you can't just blame it all on the alcohol because the person still did it.
Yeah, it's more the person than the alcohol.
It's a mix of both, and it's also like a spectrum. I don't think it could be a two-path kind of deal where it's like, oh, it's either alcohol or the person. I mean, if someone takes in so much alcohol, then it gets to the point where, oh, it's alcohol's to blame. But if they only take one shot and they do some terrible shit, then I probably can't swear. But if they do some terrible stuff, then it's the person.
I always feel like drunk words or sober thoughts The person, sorry.
I would definitely say blame the alcohol, because alcohol affects your brain. It's not really the person's fault.
Oh, the person. They done fucked up. They didn't even think what themselves into. Actually, no, wait, the alcohol or the person?
Yeah. Should we blame the alcohol or the person?
Well, I mean, if a girl has something to drink and then she got sexually assaulted, it's still not her fault, though. I blame the other person who forced himself on her.
Sex always non-consensual when people have been drinking?
No. Depends on your level of intoxication.
How much do you need to drink to be unable to consent?
Me personally?
Doesn't matter.
One drink is enough for you to not have consent. Don't drink and don't force somebody to have sex.
Like, if someone can see that you're visibly drunk, they should not, like, try to go after you, because you obviously are drunk, and being drunk affects your frontal cortex, which is tied to judgment.
How many days a week would you say that you drink?
3.
3 days a week? On what days of the week?
What days do I test on? No, probably Friday, Saturday, and then a day during the week. I'll have a couple of drinks.
Have you ever blacked out from drinking?
Yes.
What was it like?
What was it like? It was fun. It was fun. It was nothing. It was not fun at all. And I woke up in pain.
It really depends on how loaded my course, my classes are. Anywhere from none to 3 times at the most. And have I ever blacked out? 1 to twice.
I'd say 2 days. 2 days a week, and yeah, I have.
Just on the weekends?
Yeah, it's on the weekends.
And have you ever blacked out?
Yes.
I would say approximately 5 out of the 7 days of the week.
Not an exaggeration.
Yeah, like 3 times a week. Casually.
Thursday through Saturday.
Yeah, Thursday through Saturday.
Yes.
How many times? Is there a social pressure to drink on this campus?
Yeah. I think so.
Have you ever done a walk of shame?
No.
Never?
No.
Never have done a walk of shame?
No.
Not technically.
How not? What do you mean?
Like, not after sexual stuff, after I, like, died and didn't sleep in my bed.
Have you ever had sex outside of a relationship?
Yeah.
How many times?
3?
I have.
How many times?
3.
Only 3?
What are some of the steps you take before you go out on the weekends?
Put something decent on to wear. Have a few drinks before you go out. Well, it depends where I go out, but I'm going to like the frats. Have a few drinks.
A night of going out in what sense?
Like, do you share your location with your friends? Like, who do you tell that you're going out? Do you have, like, a plan if something happens?
Well, you have my locations, and other friends have my locations, and they also always know where I am before, during, and after I go somewhere.
I take a shower. I usually pregame. Put on some nice clothes, and find my friends.
Nothing. I just go out.
Like, you don't share your location with your friends, tell them where you're going?
I usually with my friends.
No, he really doesn't.
Yeah, no, I'm usually with my friends.
Okay, so what we found about questions regarding hookup and friends with benefits. So 2 of the guys that we interviewed mentioned that a hookup only counts if it's like one time, like a one-time thing, like a one-night stand. With another saying like a hookup like can be just kissing to sex, whereas others have said like you have to have sex for it to be classified as a hookup. And the girls were more likely to say that their friends with benefits were with like their actual true friends, whereas guys were like there's no emotions attached to it at all. And for sex outside the relationship, nobody really cared because this is a college campus and college influence really has like an effect on like these like adolescents like sexual lives, because you know a lot of people don't want to be in a relationship during their college years. They kind of want this freedom, so that was like pretty expected that people wouldn't care about sex like outside of a relationship.
So in relation to drinking, most people have experienced the blackout with like a couple exceptions, and most people also average about 3 nights a week when they do drink alcohol. And most girls are more likely to say that they have done a walk of shame than guys, because guys aren't really embarrassed about it. They're just like, oh yeah, like I conquered this girl and like all that stuff, so like they're kind of proud about it. And then for steps of going out, girls are more likely to actually have like steps of safety, like share their location, like tell their friends where they're going. Meanwhile, guys are just like, they go out, like they just get ready, they go out, they hang out with their friends. They don't really have like a set structure of what they're gonna do. Like they're not worried about their safety.
For questions regarding consent, only one person pointed out that 1 drink is enough to not be able to consent, and I think that's a pretty reasonable answer. I think anybody that is drinking shouldn't feel obligated to engage in sexual relations like if they don't want to, and a lot of people like just assume a lot of like their hookups are going to happen because people will be under the influence at parties. And so I really respected that answer of just like 1 drink is enough to be like, no, I don't want to like engage in relations with you. And then women are more likely to blame both the alcohol and the person if something were to go wrong at a party, while 2 of the men actually interviewed said it was just the alcohol that would like influence a person to do something bad while under the influence. So there's a lot of diversity in the responses we got from surveying college students, but one thing was prevalent, and that was the stereotype that college betrays when it comes to like hookup culture and drinking culture. There's a stigma that a lot of college students buy into. There's an obvious gender inequality when it comes to the safety and precautions that one must take when going out, because a lot of the girls were more likely to respond with tips and tricks like before they go out to keep themselves safe, whereas the guys were more likely to just like start pre-gaming and going out immediately. And one thing that we can agree on is that women overall feel a lot less safe on college campuses in an environment that promotes and encourages sexual behavior due to the expectations of women at parties that derives from gender roles and stereotypes that the media portrays and that these institutions reinforce.
Like, I support women.